So many people dick ride the Sonic movie and the Mario movie, and then they say, yo, this is the best video game adaptation ever. And the only reason they say that is because they feel like it's the only viable competition. Let me tell you something. The only reason you'd like the Mario movie, particularly and shit, was because it was like a giant amalgamation of nostalgia. And I'm not necessarily saying that you have poor taste for liking it for that reason, but like, I know you're the same kind of guy who shits on kids for liking Stibbity Toilet and Garden of Banban and all that other shit. Let me ask you, how is that different from the Mario movies? Just a bunch of, like, little keywords amalgamated into one kind of fucking feature-length thing. Your brain is being rotted away. You're watching brain rot, you little fucking liberal. Yeah, fuck you, you little fucking liberal. I'm gonna crack it. If Mario came out of the screen and crushed your nuts with a sledgehammer, would you still say right in the childhood? I don't know what I'm saying anymore. The Sonic movie is kind of the same thing. It's not terrible, but it relies on this kid-friendly humor shit, and it's slowly being corrupted by the Nickelodeon virus. Cough, cough, Knuckles show, ha 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 ha. Can we have Sonic and Shadow kissing in the third movie, please, Nickelodeon? I might just be really nitpicky when I'm shitting on the Sonic movie, because that one Arlo video, it did ruin the whole experience of rewatching that shit for me. As for the FNAF movie, I don't know, I kind of fuck with that one, to be honest. Anyway, the main point I'm trying to circle back to, you all left the Angry Birds movie to rot away on the street, and it's not fair, because for the source material that was offered, which was really bland, the movie does a lot of things right for a first video game adaptation. Especially when this was one of, like, the only kids games that was getting a movie then. I'm pretty sure Sonic X probably doesn't count. Angry Birds, the mobile game, was virtually just a blank slate, so it's not surprising that the movie ended up like this.
That's my wife! You son of a bitch!
I would have liked it if they just made the Toon series into a full-length Looney Tunes movie or some shit, but this is probably better, to be honest. No, this is better. This is 1,000 times better. They still added a lot of stuff from the game to the movie, but not a lot, which is probably how the movie kind of falls short in some people's eyes, I guess. Like, you have to get through a whole hour just to get to the slingshot part, which is the only part that's actually attached to the game. Still, I think everything else is fun. I think it's actually really good. It's funny. And I'm pretty sure I'm right in saying that, because I've watched this piece of shit 20 times in the back of my car in the little movie screen thingamajig. I don't know what they call that. Watching that 20 times over, that would put you in a mental asylum if it was that bad. They added a lot of little details to the animation, which is really fun to point out. Like, I lost my little 9-year-old Goo ass shit when I saw that the whole Stellar cast were included as background characters. Remember that game? Remember that spin-off game? Because I fucking don't. First person in the comments to remind me what the name of that villain for that series was gets a free foot job. Maybe. I like the acknowledgement of the original art in that one scene. That was also really cool. The new designs look like some shit off DeviantArt. I don't know why they went with that design and they gave them arms and legs and shit, because the cartoon managed without them. But hey, I'd take it any day over what we could have gotten in the fucking concept art. The music's fucking incredible. Which reminds me, I watched the special features on the DVD, and there's like this little documentary where they go into the process of making the music, and you can really tell that 75% of the budget went into hiring people who cared. So many songs in this are extremely fucking iconic. It's not even like they had a whole OST to sample. These people were given a single letter motif they could use on one song, and they fucking deliver on that song. But then the rest are just as good. They made themes for the pigs, they made a theme for the village, they made a theme for a fucking gag, for fuck's sake. There's also this epic ass chase scene music. And also Holding Out for a Hero. Oh wait, we have to wait till the second fucking movie for that one. The intro logo for Rovio Animation goes hard as shit for no reason. Like, as if you're gonna make another one of these movies, Rovio. What, for your other 4 IPs? It doesn't even matter. You're broke now. There's no way you're making another one of these. Well, you're not making another one after that one. My god.
How are you not dead?
The casting for the movie is like, it is bubbly. I don't know how else to describe it, but it works. The voices match how they sound in the games pretty much perfectly, to be honest. Except the pigs, which I don't really care about. They all sounded the same anyway, and The only one who sounds kind of out of place is Red, because for one, you stick with him for the whole movie, and two, the way I see it, Red's a very angry old man in the games, not a middle-aged discount Leon Kennedy, which is what Ted Lasso makes him sound like.
How are you? Oh, I'm horrible.
Josh Gad plays Chuck. I think I've heard some people say he's considered annoying, which I can see, but like, you can't really deny that he's pretty much made to voice Chuck in that regard.
Angry Birds is not your typical army of pigs steals all the eggs from Bird Island and only a band of misfit birds can save them movie. This one has
reference to the Holocaust.
Also, like, there are a bunch of sounds from the original games, like how the Mario movie did it, but it's not like there's a sound every 5 fucking seconds to keep you engaged like an old man in a casino. Did you know that this scene has been ruined for me because of this very specific TikTok slop shit that I saw on Twitter?
I am a Sigma! My name is Little John. My friends call me Mogger.
I really like the character building for Red. Yeah, yes, I'm fucking serious, asshole. Shut up. I will say that Red's personality kind of feels off compared to the cartoons and comics, which I'm pretty sure I was like the only one who actually read that shit. Paul Tobin is the closest we're ever going to get to modern Shakespeare, by the way. The contrast between Toons Red and Movie Red is like that one Twitter post shitting on Illumination's Grinch, where the animated version knocks down a kid's snowman, and the live-action version probably flies a bomb carrier over Japan every once in a while just to fuck with it. Red might just act really angry and then all of a sudden he's a mopey, whiny little cunt because, oh, boo-hoo, I'm all alone, but there's a reason for that. It's clear he still cares about the people around him, it's just he's constantly neglected to the extent that he's slowly losing his motivation to try and connect with others.
They may smile at you on the street, but that doesn't mean they like you.
And in the time when the movie takes place, we can see him in this limbo where he pushes others away only to feel lonely afterwards because he feels he can't befriend anyone because that's all he's ever been told his whole life. Shut up, this is my video. I can say what I want. This is my video, not yours, so keep your mouth fucking shut. Keep it shut. Red's character development is good, but the building for the other characters is also fine. Like, I like how Leonard has his head stuck so far up his giant, warm, juicy, his ass sits up his ass. And that personality trait ultimately ends up being his demise. Kinda, he doesn't actually die. Mighty Eagle is supposed to represent the rest of Bird Island, I guess. I don't know, I can't get a read on this guy, he's like a fucking dumb cunt. As for the rest of the characters, they're mainly just there for comic relief. I don't really care if a movie is just one giant funny haha shitfest because, well, it's a haha funny shitfest. It's supposed to be entertaining, not like deep or anything, so shut up, whatever your fucking name was, 24 frames of minute. Yeah, I got your house on radar. I'm gonna nuke you unless you take that video down, you bitch. I might be in the minority saying this, but the B-movie is actually one of DreamWorks' best movies. Right next to Norbit. Most of the jokes are just the birds being implemented in realistic human situations, but not like very specific relatable shit like the second movie. And we'll get to you, baby. Also, there are some points in the movie where it gets like really dark and sexual for no fucking reason, which is really funny because, like, again, they're fucking cartoon birds from a shitty mobile game. Actually, Angry Birds is peak. Sorry, 7-year-old me and that one guy on YouTube who still reviews the playsets. I love you, man. You're a hero. Don't let anyone tell you anything different. The whole film is filled with really adult jokes that are like fucking millimeters away from giving the movie an M rating. Also, Matilda makes this face one time for no fucking reason. Like, this was the fucking funniest shit that I could never shut up about. One of the things. The other thing was the fucking bell scene off Coco. Coco is also a really good movie. I think it's on par with Angry Birds. Like I said before, Red is constantly painted in negative light whenever he just wants to raise a point. Not because he finds the pigs annoying, because he clearly does. He's an angry bird. I have a revolver pressed against my temple. The movie's main message is that negative responses are natural, just like positive responses are, and they should all be accepted for the sake of our well-being. The lack of this knowledge is what leads to the eggs getting stolen and Chuck thrusting his fat, throbbing bird cock into the air. They all fail to see the danger because they granted trust too generously, believing that they would be safe because Mighty Eagle would protect them. Red's story doesn't really ever come to a perfect conclusion, and there isn't really any evident growth other than, oh look, Red has friends now, and he believed in himself. Good job, here's your Oscar, Sony. Aren't you the people who made Smurfs the Lost Video? Still, the final fight scene is fucking raw as hell.
You have annoyed me for the last time.
Yep.
The ending's nice too, dare I say, emotional. Put a sock in it, this is my fucking video, put a sock in it, I spent hours writing this fucking script. You can tell how much this whole sequence means to Red. The house being rebuilt is kind of the perfect way of showing how the village finally acknowledges input when they ignored it at the beginning, where the pigs destroy his house. The song Sweet Tara Sings, which is the part where I cried, and the end credits scene had me thrashing in my seat because the Blues show up after being neglected and having to turn to crime and substance abuse for the rest of their lives, just to wash away the pain. And then they kill them off again for the second movie. Fuck! Oh, but there must be a good reason so they can replace it with JoJo Siwa. Okay, are you fucking kidding me? You are. Anyway, confession time. I'm not the first person to make a video analysing an Angry Birds movie. As crazy as that might seem, there's another much more ferocious force at play here. One that has rested dormant for many years, waiting for its chance to finally rear its ugly head. Which is now, the time is now. This fucking video is the best thing I have ever bore witness to. I don't understand. I can't wrap my head around. Some dude drove home from the theater, got in bed, stared at the ceiling, and then after a moment of thought, says to his wife and or husband, I think that Angry Birds movie is Republican propaganda. And we're not even fucking sugarcoating it. That's what he says in the title. He's not even fucking joking when he says any of this shit. You can tell he's being 100% serious throughout the whole friggin' video. And he ends up focusing on such minute frigging details. Like he thinks Chuck, Bomb and Red are supposed to represent the Germany because they happen to be the same colours of the flag. Which he backs up by saying that red is Hitler. I'm not making this shit up. This is everything that he says. This has come out of his mouth.
Certificate has the last name Wingstein. So judging by this doctor is of Jewish descent, as last names ending with Stein are often German or Jewish. Red knocking him down may be a reference to the Holocaust. Point out that when traveling together, these three birds make up the colors of the German flag.
Link the video in the description so none of you have an excuse to neglect my suffering. And we're gonna play a game. We're gonna play a game. Guess what kind of thematic connection related to Republican propaganda do you think he ties to the pigs? Go on, guess.
To fully understand the symbolism I am about to bring up, I'll just flat out say it right now. The pigs coming to Bird Island represents the migrant crisis. If you are unaware, green is the primary color of Islam, as it is stated that it is the primary color that the Prophet Muhammad wore, as it is his favorite color. Also, there are various commandments in Islam that say you always have to have a beard. While not all of the pigs have beards, there has to be some significant reason to add this to his character design.
And you wanna know what the worst part is? I'd believe him if it wasn't for, well, do I really have to fucking explain it? Have you seen the fucking movie? Have you seen the second movie? Have you seen the official Angry Birds movie Twitter account? They're not Republican, they're very left-leaning.
At Mighty Eagle, it turns out this whole time he has been spying on the village, and so he knows about everything that's going on, including watching this old woman bathe.
Oh, you're disgusting.
This is an obvious reference to the NSA and such, America's program that spies all over everyone's internet data.
This guy's video is actually what spurred me to make my own video in the first place, because like I said, he's looking in the right places, he has the right ideas, it's just he's completely, absolutely misinterpreting what's being communicated.
Back to Mighty Eagle, he turns on Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up, Never Gonna Let You Down, Never Gonna Run Around and Desert You.
Anyway, on to the next part of the video, let's see. I'm gonna be real with you all, there's a big fat fucking chunk of the script left, and I want to really breeze through it, but I have to talk about this first. So I'm just going to skim over it, okay? First of all, the pigs are teaming up with the birds. Why the fuck? There was an entirely new species to attack. Congratulations, Angry Birds. You just fucking murdered the Angry Birds part of the movie. Now it's just movie 2. Awkwafina's in it, you know, the chick off the Bad Guys, the Little Mermaid, and you know, that little video she starred in. You know, I have a theory. I think the reason this movie does a complete 180 from the first movie's direction is because someone on the team saw that same video just before and wanted to avoid the same thing happening at any cost. We don't know if I'm right, but we'll never know if I'm wrong either. Will we now? Huh. The snot joke was just fucking awful. It was just a copy-paste of the piss joke from the first movie, which is inarguably a million times funnier than this entire movie, actually. Okay, I'll give a bit of credit here. Some of the jokes in the second movie are okay, and Red's character development here actually makes a lot of sense, but fucking pop culture, sloppy bullshit, I hate it, get it out. All this kind of shit isn't that big, but there is one main reason why I hate this movie so much, and that's because so many people prefer it over the first movie by a mile. Some people only watch the second movie because they've heard that the first one is really bad, which is only really sad because the first movie is way more creative and funny, and I don't understand why it's been seemingly shoved under the rug by the internet for the most part. Whereas the second movie does everything a video game adaptation shouldn't do according to the internet. It takes absolutely nothing new from the source material, like how the Knuckles show focused on Wade more than Knuckles, which I personally don't have a problem with. He's super fucking hot. It tries too hard to lean into popular culture, like how Free Guy just blindly grabbed at random streamers for extra marketing value, and yet somehow it overshadows the first movie. Fuck you, Angry Birds movie 2. Oh, would you look at the time? So, what should your main takeaway be from this? Watch that video I mentioned, trust me, it's horrifying. Don't make Angry Birds movie 3 a repeat of 2. I will kill myself if you put skibbity toilet references in there, Rovio. And glory to Angry Birds movie 1. Subscribe.